All right, what'd I tell ya? It needs some help, right? The knots are naughty. I'm warning you, I will look crazy. Hi everybody, welcome back to the Chiquel YouTube channel. My name is Amanda and today I'm going to walk you through a few quick and easy steps that you can do as a beginner wig wearer in order to help you make your wig look just a little bit more natural on you. But before I jump into it, I'm going to remind you to like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel where you can learn even more about alternative hair. So let me start off by saying that in the beginning of your wig journey, wigs are hard. I mean, it's not like we want to wear wigs in the beginning. I mean, I'm at a place now where I want to wear wigs, but way back when I first started, I didn't want to wear wigs. I did not want to go that direction, but I kind of had to in order to help with my confidence. But because they are hard, it just takes us a little while to get in that mind frame of, okay, I guess I'm gonna wear a wig. How do I do this so it doesn't look like I'm wearing a wig? Because the last thing we want is to start wearing wigs that are gonna look really wiggy. So many times people order a wig, they don't do their research on it, they get it, they put it on, and then they're like, what in the heck did I just order? What is this? This looks like I've just put a mop on my head, and then they send it back. But honestly, there is so much more to it than just plopping it on your head and deciding immediately no. I think first of all, what you need to do is understand wherever you're ordering from, whether it's with Chiquel or somewhere else, understand the return policy and knowing what you are allowed to do and what you're not allowed to do to the wig if you were to return it. Most of the time, you're not really allowed to do anything to the wig other than, put it on your head, take a quick look, and take it off. If there's any alterations done to that piece, then usually that wig company will not accept the return. So what I'm about to tell you guys here is going to be once you've ultimately decided that you are going to keep the wig. Now, again though, instead of just putting it on your head, being like, absolutely not, and then wanting to send it back, next time you get a wig, I want you to put it on your head with a little bit more intention and just a little bit more thought into it. The first thing you need to do is at least make sure that it fits okay. That's like number one. If you feel like the fit is too big or way too small, then of course it's probably not going to work for you. But fit is going to be like your number one indicator that, okay, I can go to the next step now. Once you've determined that the fit's good, then take a look at the color, because especially with synthetic wigs, that's not really something that you can change or alter. It kind of is what it is, and that's what you have to live with. So if you've decided that the color is going to work for you, then you can say, okay, this is getting better. I can go to my next step. Now, after all of that is said and done, the next thing that people could look at is the style. But so often, everyone just looks at it, they put blinders on, they see it for what it is right in their face, right in that very moment. And they're like, nope, there's, too much hair, it's too crazy, this isn't me, I can't do it, it's going back. We need to look at these wigs with a broader perspective, because more often than not, a wig is not going to suit you right out of the box. A wig develops over time and it starts to suit you over time because of what you do to it. And that's what I'm going to share with you today. Now, again, these are quick and easy fixes. They are for beginners. They are for people who are just sort of figuring this whole thing out. They're just going to be basic steps to help make the wig feel a little bit more natural, a little bit more you, once you've ultimately decided that you are going to keep it. All right, I've chosen a wig that I don't really feel like is a style for me. I wouldn't typically wear a style like this, but I'm gonna do a couple things and show you that maybe we can transform it just a little bit to help it suit me a little bit better. So this is Cascara, it's by Belle Tress, and it's in the color Cayenne with ginger root. And this is a style that's straight out of the box. It still has its zigzag part in it. I haven't done a thing to it. Now, I'm gonna show you when we put it on right out of the box, how it's just gonna, I don't know, it just doesn't quite look right out of the box. It just, it needs some help, right? Like, I would not feel comfortable going out into the world looking like this. So once you've decided that it needs some help, what you're gonna do is you're gonna take that wig and you're going to shake it out. That's gonna help liven up the fibers, wake up the fibers, because this wig has been sitting in a box for who knows how long, right? It's been sitting there smushed in this box and it needs to be woken up a bit. So I'm just gonna like ruffle my fingers at the part line, wake up the fibers a little bit, even do a little bit of finger combing through it, and just liven its spirits a bit so it just doesn't sit so blah on me. And doing this is going to help break up that zigzag part a little bit too. All wigs come to you with a zigzag part in it, which is what they do once they've been manufactured, so you know it's a brand new wig and it is ready for you to wear. However, those zigzag parts are something that you wouldn't necessarily want to keep on your wig because it's something that sort of gives away the fact that it is a wig. Okay, now that I've livened her up, woken her up a bit, I'm gonna put her on and I'm gonna warn you, she's gonna look crazy, but that's okay because we're gonna help it. All right, what'd I tell ya? She's looking crazy, isn't she? But honestly, the thing about wigs is that if it is so perfect, that is another sign that's going to give away that it could potentially be a wig. There are, of course, some styles that are okay in that regard, making them look really perfect, because that's just, you know, the way that style would look on anybody. But in general, you're gonna want it to look a little bit imperfect. Okay, now that it's on, this one has that monofilament part. So I'm gonna find that monofilament part here, drag my finger through it and expose it. Now that is going to automatically expose that part, which gives it immediately a little bit more realism. Now to help sort of set this part, I'm gonna spray it with a little bit of water and just use my fingers to help direct the fibers in the direction I want to go. And you'll notice here that I didn't make like a perfectly straight line here, because again, we want a little bit of imperfection. We don't want it to be truly perfect. Now, in getting started with wigs, our fingers can be really great tools in helping style our wig in a certain way. By using the heat from our hands, it just helps the fibers go in the direction we want them to a little bit more, and it helps sort of soften them up a touch. Heat from your fingers isn't gonna move mountains for your wig, but it's just gonna help a little bit and help place them where you want them to go. So I like heating up my fingers, pushing down, holding it, even like rubbing it just a touch to help set that fiber where I want it to be. Now, of course, if you find this isn't doing much for you, you can always go and get your hot tools out or your steamer. I have more videos on using hot tools with heat-friendly synthetic wigs, plus using steamers with plain synthetic wigs. So I can link those below so that you can go there and figure out how you would even use hot tools with wigs. But again, this video is just gonna be our basic tools like our hands. Okay, even just doing that, I feel like it has separated that part a bit and helps the fibers go in the direction I want them to. Now, all that finger combing broke up those curls a bit so they aren't so like perfect and ringlety. I'm also now gonna go through with my wide tooth comb to separate them even more, just to see what that looks like. A lot of it is just so much exploration and just finding what's gonna work for you. Putting a wig on and just accepting it as it is right out of the box is never gonna work. You need to actually play with the style, see what it's capable of doing, and find a way for it to suit your needs. Already, this is looking more like me than it did right out of the box. Remember how like super separated and ringlety those curls were? That was just too crazy for me. I am liking this much more toned down version already. Like if you guys were to take this video and rewind it back to the beginning when I first put on this wig, already I'm loving this 10 times more. Okay, now let's say you've combed through, you've softened up the look, and you're like, I actually think I liked it a little bit better when, you know, the curls were a little bit more defined, or the style and the layers were more defined if you have maybe like a straighter piece. Using water is such a good tool. Water is gonna be your best friend with synthetic wigs. It's gonna help you with styling so much. By adding water to this, it's going to help bring out these curls even more and separate them more. You can see them coming out here, and it's gonna make the style a little bit different. See how it's defining these curls more, making them come out and come alive, whereas this side is still nice and soft. So again, play with your wig. Try things until you find something that is gonna work better for you. Okay, now if you have a wig with a lace front, sometimes the lace fronts might be a little bit obvious with their knotting. So for example, this one here, I feel like these knots are kind of naughty. The knots are naughty. I can see them, and for someone like me, I don't mind that because I am very comfortable in wigs and I don't really care if somebody sees that. However, for the majority of people, that is something that might bother them. So this might not be a wig that you want to really expose the lace front. This might be something where you want a piece to sort of come in front and drape over that hairline so it's not as exposed. Now, if you want it to come back, again, use the heat from your hands. Pull the fibers back, press down, get into those roots, get that heat in there, and that's gonna help train those fibers to go back and away from your face a bit more. But if you want them to come forward, then again, use your fingers, use that heat in your hands, and push in at the roots, really kind of working it in there, getting that heat to help train these fibers to go in the direction that you want them to. Okay, I'm gonna brush out this side again because, like I said, I prefer this more soft, toned down look. I'm just already loving this. Like, honestly, when I first put this wig on, I was like, absolutely not. This is not something I would wear. And if I was new to wigs and if I didn't know that there's potential in pretty much any wig, I would have sent it back. But now that I'm wearing this, I'm like, actually, it's really cute. While you're playing around with the styling, also practice, tucking it behind your ears. If you're someone like me who doesn't have hair, you're not often gonna wanna do a full tuck because then it's going to reveal the ear tab a little bit and it's gonna show that you don't have hair there. So whenever I do an ear tuck, I often leave a little bit in front, like a little sideburn almost. So you have a little bit of hair coming in the front. Now, you will notice that with this wig, this one does not have a good transition like at all from lace into the rest of the wig cap. It is very obvious. In that case, you're gonna want some fibers to come forward. So again, using that heat from your hands, press it into the fibers right at the root, get that heat going, helping that fiber change direction and set in that place. You're just gonna keep pressing down until it kind of gets to go in the direction that you want it to. Now this fiber in front will more likely stay there as opposed to wanting to come back if that's what it was doing before. And now suddenly I don't see that exposed transition there. This will sit a lot more nicely in the front. And look, now I have a cute little like bloop right there. Okay, now I'm thinking that this is looking pretty cute now. I don't really think that there's much else I would do to it other than perhaps just exploring with styling it, like clipping a piece back, putting a bobby pin, a clip in it, maybe adding a hairband, seeing what that looks like. Now, the whole fun in wigs is making it into something that's going to work for you. Whenever you get that wig out of the box, don't look at it for what it is when you stare at yourself in the mirror. Look at it with that broader perspective that I was telling you about and try to see the potential in it. If it fits you, if it's a color that works for you, and if it's not too short, then it's something you can work with. If it's long, you can still work with it because you can cut it. If it's short, you can't make it longer, of course. So try to look at it and find the potential in it. Okay, now I'm gonna show you quickly another wig here that doesn't have this monofilament part. This one here is called Reese, and this is by Noriko. Reese is a basic cap. It's going to have no lace front. It's going to have no monofilament top or monofilament part. So you're not going to get the illusion of growth from your hairline, and you're not going to get the illusion of hair growth from your scalp. So when that's the case, it's going to make a wig look even more wiggy. I'm gonna take this, again, this one's fresh out of the box. I have not done a thing to it, but we're gonna shake it. We're gonna shake it, we're gonna wake up the fibers. I'm gonna rake my fingers through, wake everything up, I don't know what I'm saying. And this one is gonna have a lot of permatease in it. Permatease is a short-haired crimping effect done at the root of a wig to give it volume, give it lift, help sort of structure some style. And it's also there on open wefted caps like this, or wefted caps, to help hide some of that wefting in case the wind blows in a funny way. It's gonna just help disguise the wefting a bit more so you're not gonna see through as much to your scalp. So I am working at the roots here, especially where there's all that permatease. Because often when you first put a wig on that has just that basic permatease top, it's gonna be like laying flat against your head, and it's just gonna look like, and it's gonna look all fuzzy. The fibers are gonna look weird. You gotta help liven it up. Okay, I'm gonna put this on. I'm warning you, I will look crazy. There we go. This is in the really pretty color Spring Honey Rooted. If you can tell beyond the crazy hair what the color is, it's such a pretty color. I love it. It's like a honey blonde, a little bit of platinum. It's a bit warm, a bit cool. We got some roots. I love it. I'm gonna take my wide tooth comb now, comb through it all, try and figure out where these are going and help flatten it out a bit. Then I'm gonna take my comb. See, so this is the permatease on top. You're not gonna have any part showing. What we wanna do is we don't want this to lay flat. We want it to come up a little bit so that it helps disguise the lack of a part a little bit more. Another way that you can help disguise the part a little bit more is by getting a rooted wig. So one like this, a rooted color. A color that has roots helps give a little bit of the illusion and a shadowing so that it doesn't look as fake. Okay, so by breaking up this permatease up here in the root especially, that's gonna help liven these fibers up more, and so they're not so plastered against my head. And I can do that throughout all of the permatease too, just to help fluffen it up. Is fluffing a word? We're gonna make it a word, fluffen it up. Help fluffen it up and make it a little bit more like pliable and easy to work with, because sometimes permatease, depending on the brand, depending on the cap, it can feel a little bit like dense and clumpy, and we don't want that clumpy, dense feeling. Okay, she's feeling pretty good now. Now, also with these basic caps, you're often not gonna have a lace front. And when that's the case, you really don't want the fibers to go away from your face, because when you do that, that just exposes that lack of a hairline, and that's gonna be the dead giveaway. So you're gonna wanna bring fibers a little bit more forward on these basic caps that have no lace fronts. This one could get a bang, totally cut into it. You could bring them all the way forward and you could completely trim a bang, which is gonna make this look even more natural. I'm not gonna do that though, because again, this is just about easy tips that don't involve any tools other than like yourself, really. Now again, I'm gonna spray some water throughout this to try and play with it, direct fibers a little bit more, and bring out some of that style, because as I'm playing with this, I might discover through water that I like the style looking a little bit more funkier, a little bit more edgy and separated here with all these layers. I might prefer that to the softer look. So again, it's all about playing with your piece. If it's one you are keeping, play with it and play with it some more until you get there. I actually think this is really cute. I'm gonna spin around for you guys so you can see this whole thing. So again, this is Reese by Noriko. And she is just feeling so much better than she did a few minutes ago. Now you guys, even though I've given you all these quick and easy tips and tricks that will help you to make your wig look a little bit more you, really at the end of the day, the ultimate way to make your wig not look like a wig is just by owning it and by having that confidence. If you walk out that door with your wig on your head and you're constantly, touching it, looking in the mirror, trying to shift it around, worried about it, your head's down and you're just like, oh no, and you're not feeling good about it, then that is gonna be a dead giveaway. The more you touch your hair, the more you do that, the more attention also that is gonna be drawn to your wig. If you walk out that door though with your head held high, your smile on your face, and you are just ready to own the day, honestly, nobody is going to know. There is not a soul in the world that cares about your hair as much as they care about themselves. Seriously, like I am not even kidding. I have now worn wigs for 13 years. I have never once had anybody come up to me and be like, that's a wig. You're wearing a wig. Or it never had anybody make me feel like any less of a person because I was wearing a wig. But I'm telling you, literally nobody knows I'm wearing a wig. And that's because I walk out the door and I just forget about it. I act as though it's my own hair. And if I am acting as if it's my own hair, then I will be able to trick the whole world into actually believing that it is my own hair. Because I mean, technically it is. I bought it, right? So you know the saying, fake it till you make it? That is just absolutely so true when it comes to wigs. Walk out the door, head held high, pretend like you're not wearing that wig, even though in your brain you're probably like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Nobody else knows. Just pretend you don't care. And then one day, you're just not even gonna worry about it, and you truly will not care. Wigs can honestly be the most fun thing in the world if you let them be. If you open your mind and you become confident with it all, they are truly the most joyful thing out there. I cannot tell you how much fun it is to switch up your look, switch up your color, your style, your length, all of the things. You can be a new person every single day, and it is the most fun thing ever. So here I am projecting all of the good vibes onto you, giving you all of that confidence you need to wear that wig proudly, because you deserve to feel good about yourself. Anyways, that's all I have for you today, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've learned something if you are new to this whole wig journey. And if you are new to this wig journey, then I'm giving you big hugs, sending you so much love, and just wishing you luck with everything. Make sure you go through my channel because I have a lot of videos that will help you through this all and make you feel like you're just not alone in this. And if you want even more support, I urge you, if you are on Facebook, to go and check out our Facebook support group called Chiquel's Neighborhood. In that space, you are going to find thousands of like-minded women who either are going through hair loss or starting their wig or topper journey, and who are there to support you and guide you and educate you and inspire you. And it truly is a wonderful place to be. And on top of that, in Chiquel's Neighborhood, we also run sales quite often. So make sure you come and join us. We would love to have you there, and hopefully we will see you in the neighborhood. All right, thank you for watching, you guys. I will see you next time. Bye.